number of females who have potential of, taking Ghana music forward. And we still get this question of male domination. So I believe that um, it's a matter of, the media shifting attention or giving the females more attention. Like I mentioned in that interview I did, that when a female organizes an event, the number of bloggers that would attend the event to cover it is not as much as the number of bloggers that would attend a male artist event, which I believe it's something that is affecting the female. As a female, you have to do so much to get the attention of the media. But I mean, the males just do their music and do their promotion like the way the females do, but they tend to get more attention.
Don't you think that the females are not doing enough?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so.
Okay,
at all
so
because,
once you are not speaking for a lot, well, in this case, you are speaking for female musicians in general, right?
Yes.
But
yes.
I would want us to focus the attention on AK Songstress.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think you are doing enough to gain attention of the media?
Yeah, I think I'm doing what every normal artist should do, being it male or female. I mean, you release let's say I release a song, I have a publicist. He puts some story out there, or my video is out there. Okay, and then you can only get one publicist to put your story out there, but then you need the support of the media, the media outlets taking these stories and then maybe spreading it. Or you release a video and then you need maybe the bloggers, especially the Instagram bloggers, those who put videos out. I put a video out there, maybe a 1 minute cut of the video, and then I expect the media to give me that support of, okay, AK Songstress has released this new song featuring Efia, and then go and check it out. This is what they do for the males. And then we all see it.
Well, it might interest you to know that these bloggers are doing business. So if you have a publicist, and better yet, you are not getting that mileage or support, don't you think you need extra hands? Or the publicist is not doing enough?
No, I mean, it's not that. Like, I thought you were going to ask, what you said brought something to my mind. That, I believe that the bloggers or the media people believe that they need people with numbers, so that when they put, okay, like AK Songstress does not have enough, she doesn't bring enough eyeballs to my website, so let me just take, let's say, male artist A, who has numbers. But at the end of the day...
Do you know why I wouldn't ask? You said you thought I was going to ask that. I won't ask that because, for me, it's a no-brainer for... It's a non-starter. I mean, which blogger would say, well, I need someone with numbers before I help?
It's not help, but they believe that it's about bringing eyeballs to their website. That is how they work.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you are telling me, but if that's the case, then where's the support? Because, some people like you, or people who are handicapped, people who need support, irrespective of their numbers, are the ones we need to put more spotlights on. Do you understand? I mean, not an already established artist who doesn't really or necessarily need support of bloggers or the media. I mean, that's the reason we've created platforms for up-and-coming musicians and people who need that kind of help, so we can throw more light or more attention on. So, I mean, what you're saying, it's a bit alien to me. However, they are doing business. So don't you think that you need to sit them down, or you need to approach them to share your story, or to hear them out, or share what you have, so they can expand their support?
I do that. I mean, personally, I do that. But at the end of the day, how many of them are you going to, sit down to maybe pay some money to, or tell your story to them? You can get some few. And then once they are connected, all these media people are connected. So once you get one or two or three people, you expect the others to, jump into it. You can't speak to every blogger in the country. Or, you get what I'm saying. You can't, as an artist, one person. I don't think all the male artists, like I'm saying, the male artists who are being supported by the media in the industry, I don't think some of them don't even know these bloggers. They've never spoken to them before. They don't give them anything. You know, like you said, they are doing business. But I also know bloggers who just put up stories, you know, or that like DJs who play songs of artists they have never met before, artists who would never even retweet their artists who would never even retweet a tweet from them. You get me? But they keep supporting these people. But then, when you support a female artist, there's a saying that when you educate a woman, you educate a whole nation. When you support a female artist, women are naturally warm people. You get me? A female artist, hardly will you find a female artist not retweeting a tweet from you. Like, okay, Andy Dusty is playing your song at Hitz FM right now. These male artists, most of them will not even care. They will never retweet such a tweet, but you get the females retweeting because they tend to appreciate a lot of things. It's in the nature of a woman to be warm and appreciative. You get me? So I think that women need that support. And then with women, when you support the women and they take over, women always add spice to, you know, everything.
But,
everything.
In your submission, you kept saying the media. In this case, which sector are you addressing, or how do you define the media? Is it only the bloggers? Is it the
radio? The DJs? Is the presenters? Is the bloggers? It's everybody in the media. I mean, everybody in the entertainment media.
How do you distribute your music?
I have I take it to radio stations. I take it to the street. I put it on music platforms, digital platforms. I do interviews to promote the song. I shoot videos to promote them, and yeah.
So if you do all of these, why do you think attention is not being given, maximum attention is not given to you?
It's because it is expected of a woman to do so much. It's something extra, something outrageous, something extreme to get the media's attention. Meanwhile, the others, like, you know, our male counterparts don't do that. They don't have to show their boobs, their chest. Let me put it that way, because they don't have boobs. They don't have to go extreme to that point of showing any part of their body to get attention. But then a woman is expected to do that to get attention.
Hold it right there. So the likes of Adina, Becca, who else? I mean, if I'm to mention few of them, like Adina or Becca, who are enjoying much more airplay, yet they don't show flesh. Why do you think the media is rather paying much attention to them? Although they are not showing...
You know, this answering a question about a fellow artist can be very sensitive. I might say something that might not sound so good to... I mean, Adina is all these females you've mentioned are very... they are females I'm very cool with. But personally, I believe that you can mention Adina. Adina is doing very well. She's getting... You know, Adina is on top of her game. That's what I'll say. But how many years did it take Adina to get to that point? And then the likes of Becca, the time Becca was rising, the media wasn't like this. We didn't have to do so much to get the attention of the media. That is what I can say for now about these two artists that you've mentioned. I believe that Adina still needs more. Personally, I believe that Adina needs more attention than she's even getting now, because she's a great artist, but because she appears to be decent and all that, you know, the way, like, the reason why you mentioned her is the reason why I believe that she should be way ahead of where she is now, like ahead, but then, you know, I mean, I think she needs more attention. That's all I can say. I think she needs more attention.
Well, you seem very outspoken. I mean, Efia, Becca, Adina, take the gospel musicians, Joyce Blessing, Selena Boateng. I mean, they are almost on every radio show. AK Songstress, you are a fine musician. I mean, I play your songs, and sometimes I wonder but am I the only one doing the work, or must we spread it all around, make sure that it gets to every single corner to be heard and much louder? What do you think, you as an individual, as a musician, aka songstress, what do you think is affecting your craft? Why is the media not putting that spotlight on aka songstress? Although you're putting out good stuff.
Yes. First of all, I would say that maybe it is the genre that I have chosen. Sometimes I can't really be specific about what reason it is, but I can just say maybe it is the genre that I chose.
So which genre have you chosen?
I mean, reggae dancehall, because I keep saying that Ghanaians like the idea of reggae dancehall. They like the idea. It gives you the support. I've gotten a core fan base from reggae dancehall, so I appreciate my fans and all that. But I believe that the idea of dancehall, it is sweet Ghanaians, you get me? But what dancehall is really about is not what we love to consume in Ghana. So over the years, some years ago, I used to do it that way, the way it is supposed to be done. But I learned my lesson along the way, that even those who are making waves, those who are being tagged as the top reggae dancehall artists in Ghana, are not doing the dancehall. I mean, they can't do it. They know how to do it, but they are not doing it as the world knows dancehall to be, and that is what Ghanaians love. So I decided to, along the way, it was a difficult change for me, but along the way, I tried to, I have tried to mix it up a bit, and I think it's helping me. Since I started doing that trend of music that Ghanaians love as reggae dancehall, I've kind of, my fan base has grown to a certain level, and it keeps growing, which I appreciate. So I can mention that is one factor. And another thing too is the fact that there's no more competition in the female reggae dancehall. There's no more competition, and I believe that competition also helps. So I think that has also affected,
But listening to your song that features Ifya, beautiful song, it's not reggae dancehall. So is it because reggae. Well, to you it's reggae, but to me it's not.
It is. Listen to the instrumentation. It is.
To me it's not.
Okay.
I mean, if Ghanaians are not paying you that much attention, is it why you're switching? I mean, my favorite AK songstress song is 37. If I listen to 37, it's not reggae, it's not dancehall. So is it?
It's what they call Afro dancehall.
Okay, so if Afro dancehall, then it means you are switching the genre because you need that attention. Is that the case?
I'm mixing it. I've not. If you say switch, it looks like I have stopped doing reggae dancehall. I still do reggae dancehall, but I would say that I do less of it and I do more of the mix up and other stuff. I get.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I've lost a key. Unfortunately. All right. So let's continue the conversation. This time, speaking with a 16-year-old who has decided not to grow more but remain at 16 years. Miss Bell, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, are you okay?
Yes, I'm very well.
And they say, what doggy me? Who was saying?
And doggy will.
Anyway, good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Right. So, AK Songstress claim the media is not paying too much attention to the female musicians, and that equal attention must be given to them. Do you agree?
I don't agree. The media pay attention to everybody that has something good to sell. Everybody that has something controversial that will trend. That's what they pay attention on. And also, I believe that it depends on the relationship we have with certain people in the media. Ebuama, product will sell in eco baby. Because, there are a baby on radio. Sister Fia, Miss V, Becca's song is everywhere. I mean, it depends on relationship, connection. Any it has nothing to do with say we are na bema. And plus one thing she's forgetting is that a man and door is snaying. A man and door is snaying to say, a man may be 5, and your man say, come in, be 5 as a man. You become maybe you too. It's not because they pay more attention to the guys, because some doors is snaying. And also in the media, it depends on your relationship with like the key people, the people that matters. So it's not like they are not paying attention to a man.
So how were you gaining the attention?
Because I had good music. You see, I'm not slow down with music. But back in the days, maybe I knew I'm a controversial. And yes, I may share that I'm plus I was very young, and today one was say, you know, now me who yanking kitty. And to be happy said yami aquala. And in everybody's mind, say aquala kitwa no able to say, aquala kitwa no able to say. So people will always want to know about me, get involved in anything I'm doing, just to know why. And also the songs are good. Yeah, they are also made to my Obi up to date. 16 years, Yopo, Idebi. You know, the songs were good. And plus, okay, not me, so not me, a that time, na me, sound. And to Kadiaka, AK songs, but I was all over the place.
But back then, you also enjoyed a lot of criticism. People were criticizing you for your music and your dressing and your style. Do you think it was only about the music, or you were doing all of that to gain more attention?
I never planned anything for attention. I never did anything for attention. I was just a young girl having fun. And plus, I didn't understand the industry. And no more launching me into the industry, so they had little clue how it works. And so we just raw without anything planned.
Ms. Bell, I mean, at the time you were posing, I mean, you had pictures that were showing flesh, and you were wearing skimpy clothes. And if you're telling me that you never planned it and you were just having fun, was that the life you were living outside the cameras?
I was a young girl. I didn't think, that I should be a musician. I look up to Deborah Cox and Jennifer Lopez and all of that, and that's what they were doing. So when I got the opportunity to enter the industry, I thought that's the way to go as a girl.
So it was planned.
It wasn't planned.
If you were looking up to someone to do that,
it was planned.
Someone who had planned, because Jennifer Lopez had stylists, they had people.
That's what I was coming to. If it was planned, but me fita sa na and me, I'm a young girl. I'm aging and not to say my baby group and pension. I do just like that, So anything that feels comfortable, I wear it. So me see, and then my body was very little, and everything fits, everything looks good in my eyes.
And people were criticizing saying your face.
Me pay attention. Yes, and I me pay attention. But me because me hot me manager. People didn't understand it, and they were insulting me, criticizing me. But it was not so much in my face because there was no social media, and I could read the comments and posting what they don't like. But it was just on radio and TV, any newspapers. Radio,
But were you enjoying those criticisms though?
I wasn't. I felt like people were harsh, people were jealous. I wasn't. But the people around me, they made me feel so comfortable. Now, studios. I never worried that. But the next minute, I'm getting this here, I'm getting this offer there. So, not to say.
Okay, so fast forward, at a point in time, your music wasn't enjoying that much airplay. Even though, to me, there was a major improvement. I mean, for example, your last recordings, your last release, I remember I used to play them every time on radio. I remember when he sent those songs to me, the one you did with Kofi Kinata and my other favorite. I used to sit here and play it every day, every single day. I would play those songs.
I know.
But
and
you were not, they were not that loud on the radio. At a point in time, I remember my producers were telling me that, and my boss, like, and you are the only one playing this Miss Bell song because apart from you, I don't hear it on other radio stations. Did it occur to you to reach out or go back to that style that could bring back the attention you were enjoying and the fame back then?
No, because I feel like I have grown, so I don't want to act like a child no more. Back in the days, I mean, not planning, man, should I say me the attention? I was just being me, and now I've grown, so I'm still being me. You know, I have grown, I'm matured. So going back to who I used to be, it will really worry my brain because everything I'm doing now is growth, as being myself. It's man that I'm planning. So you see, I'm planning so maybe to get attention. I will not be able to keep up to it. Because it's not who I am. So everything you see now is the grown-up Miss Bell, the matured Miss Bell. But the spirit is the same.
All right, hold on. AK.
Yeah, hello.
I hope you've been hearing Miss Bell.
Yes, I heard.
She says she disagrees with what you're saying because it takes... yes.
What I would say about what she said, she's a big girl. She's the big girl. What I mean, I'm almost which I respect her craft and everything. But one thing is, the time that Miss Bell was reigning as a top female artist, way back then, no media, active, say social. There was nothing like social media. So those days, all you had to do was, maybe do your song, put your video on TV, and then take your song to a radio station or wherever they used to promote it and just do that. Even though it was male-dominated back then. Now, it is still male-dominated, but then there are still more females. A man and woman are more change first. And there is the media too involved. So now, when you do your music, it's not just about going to the stations to give to promote your music the way they used to promote their songs back then. Now the media is involved. And see, the male, since they are male dominated, they put their videos out there, the bloggers are writing stories, they are putting a male artist, A's video clip here, they're putting it out there. So now there is more competition, like people get to see the artists. Those days, there were some musicians that we didn't even know how they looked like. We were just listening to their songs. But now, the media is projecting their images and everything. And we still need a lot of attention for the females. It's not like way back then. The way I'm not, back then, and to say, the way she became big at that time, and yet the same process of film, and then man, yes, we are the same. You get me? We have to do, we need, like I said, we need more attention. That is what I believe. What trending, which is good. But
and I don't disagree with what she's saying right now. You need the attention. But for the media to give you the attention, if you are there and you are thinking, say, I've done a good music, so they have to play it anyhow, like the way they are playing the guy's song now. It won't happen. Boys, DJs, oh boss, this. Pushy DJs, media people, bloggers, and things. So back in the days, the same thing we were doing. Back in the days, me video, me call GBC say, because the lyrics were too harsh, and I was revealing skin. GBC banding me, but my he Danny back then, or the new mama call for did of real mama office. But CPO, why I get together, mom. So even though GBC doesn't want to play my video, radio was playing it. Combined from everywhere in Ghana, they were playing it. Even though our GBC abandoned them, they were playing it. Ghana Music Awards, they're nominating yes, answer Unifremo, but the song was everywhere because Danny was pushing, he was tapping the right button. Or the Bahana the one bar, the Bamobia Manae. So if you have good music, and you think that you deserve attention, do something for the attention. You see, and the people plan all sorts of things. We never used to plan to show skin, to act like you are dying, to act like you are dating somebody, to act like you are beating somebody. We never had those ideas. All we had was our music. And for you to be on radio and TV, you have to earn it. How do you earn it? You have to reach out to the people. You have to make them feel comfortable. And you have to have good music. So if you have good music and you are sitting down waiting for attention to come, attention will never come.
All right. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. But so, what is the way forward? AK, I want you to finalize it all for us. Well, Ms. Bell, please hold on. Don't go yet. Probably you may want to add a little something to it. AK, what do you think is the way forward? Is it just about playing the songs and?
No, it's about as females, like as myself, it's about me pushing my brand harder, like Miss Bell has said, which is good, which is a good advice that I need to take. But I will also say that we still need more media attention. I will never stop saying that. But then I will still keep pushing my brand harder and doing, learning all the and in my industry, maybe I'll, do this, do that to get attention and all that. I'll find my way around it, but I still need the media support.
Right, thank you. Ms. Bell, would you want to add anything to it, or that'll be all?
Oh, yeah, I think AK is working really hard. And that's why she's talking like that. She's working really hard. She's been able to maintain herself since, name AK. She has maintained her brand. Sometimes I see her with some crazy hairstyle. It all add up to the artistic name, And I feel people actually plan controversy. They plan it. Planning so I think it says, and then so if she tries something a bit like that, then they will start concentrating on her craft. But good music alone, any hard work alone, it is hard to penetrate. It is hard for people to notice you. You have to get people talking about something. But she is doing amazingly well.
Well, thank you very much. Those are some kind words right there. AKA Songstress, God bless you, and thank you very much for your time, Miss Bell. I'm so grateful for the ladies speaking to us here on Hitz 103.9 FM. I would want to expand this conversation. Well, let's try and speak with more of the female musicians and see if they agree or not with AK Songstress. And let's see if we can talk to some DJ. DJ Bidash, come. I need your attention on this topic. I'm trying to get to some of the gospel musicians. The gospel musicians are very loud out there. So what could be the problem? Well, let's see. In case you're just tuning in, you're listening to Hitz 103.9 FM. You're listening to Showbiz Review. Let's speak with the goddess, Becca. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Not bad at all.
You slow me down like this. The fire I was meeting you with, you just quenched it. Anyway, thank you very much for making time to speak with us. So, AK Songstress, your fellow female musician, claim the media is not paying much attention to female musicians. Do you agree with her?
Well, yes. I mean, I do. It's 50-50. It's 50-50. I didn't hear the point she made when she said that. But, I mean, I'm also a female artist, so it's easy for me to say that it is 50-50, definitely.
When you say it's 50-50, or I didn't hear you right, did you say it is 50-50?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to the media, especially, it's definitely a male-dominated one, do you understand? Even on your field. I mean, let's look at how many female artists are presented. Definitely the male artists even are more when it comes to music as well. And for a woman to get serious media attention and to be on top of all females, most of the time the woman has to do 5 times more work than other artists would do to be able to even seen as an artist. The other factors that women can do and can easily do, that they can get attention on social media, but most of the time it won't be from their music, So most of the time females do get attention from how they look, and even that they are criticized for how they look. Do you understand? And yes, and they see, we get very derogatory attention as a female artist in this country. We do. We are really sexually objectified and get very disrespectful attention. Not that females cannot dress how they do. They should be able to dress how they do, just like you appreciate people who are outside of Ghana making waves. a lot of people I know are in love with Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, even for the way they are, just because of the way they dress and the way that they speak. But for a female artist to do that in this country, she must get ready for all the backlash. And most of the time, even if she's getting attention from how she looks or how she dresses, her music is pushed aside when the attention is given to just that. And I pray and hope that even that attention is positive, because music is not just the act of going on stage as an art altogether, but includes how a female artist should dress. And so when we dress like that too, it gives us a lot of derogatory attention and disrespectful attention, which you, and I mean when I say you, including media, do not say the same when it comes to people outside. We have accepted people outside but have not accepted our own females like that.
But in the case where, well, not long ago, I just mentioned you and some other female musicians who dress very well or cover their skin. They don't show too much flesh. You don't wear skimpy clothes. Better yet, there's some attention on you because your songs are very loud on radio. Better yet, each time there is a discussion and we're discussing female musicians, your name comes up.
Yeah.
Is it luck or is something you think you are doing right?
No, but the thing is that, Andy, we keep making that mistake. See, it's collective. We're not talking about me. We're talking about all female artists. And if I'm on radio and I'm speaking, I'm going to stand up for all my fellow female artists, and not just about myself, especially if that question was towards female artists, because I'm not the only female artist that there is in Ghana.
No, I used you, sorry to cut you in, I used you because you mentioned how women are vilified or how women are objectified, yes, especially when they wear skimpy clothes here. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B will wear same, better yet, people will hail them here. But once a Ghanaian musician does same, trouble. So that's why I used you as an example where you don't fall in that category. Better yet, you're mentioned because most of them think that once you show a little flesh, well, some sort of attention will be channeled to you or a spotlight will be on you. So I'm asking that for a female musician who doesn't dress like that, who doesn't toe that direction or toe that line, better yet, gaining that attention, what is she doing right? I used you as an example. Okay. Are you doing something right or it is sheer luck?
Okay, now, thank you. Now, this is a different question. See, the first question when we spoke about how people dress, I've probably been lucky. Listen, it's not as if I haven't gone on stage showing a bit of belly before, but my act is different from another person's act. So it's inappropriate to speak about somebody's act and speak negative about it. Music in general allows different creativity and different sorts of dressing and different sorts of attention. So I have been, the word is probably lucky, and I haven't gotten that kind of backlash because of how I dress and because of how I like to dress. However, collectively, we're all female artists. That is why, and there's nothing against how they dress. Honestly, Andy, I don't have anything against how anybody dresses. I would dress like that if I wanted to dress like that. The point is this, that somebody's supposed to be judged from the way they dress. And a lot of issues have come in, not even to do with music and other things as well, concerning the same matter, that should anybody, for want of a better word, should a book be judged by its cover? A person comes in to sing us and be an artist, okay? Do we pay attention to how they dress only and criticize them for how they dress, or is it a collective thing? And I bet you if we collectively discuss both how they dress and their music, you will most of the time forget about how they dress. Maybe not entirely, because it's part of the art, and I want you to talk about how I dress. Do you understand? And so for me, I did the kind of music that required a certain way of dressing, because at the end of the day, you build a brand. Do you understand? I cannot and will not compare myself to another artist who's doing a totally different genre of music that requires a style to be urban, to be totally different, to be, more sexy, more, streetwise or sexy than I am. So when I say that, I'm saying this because even though I may not have a personal experience of it, I do understand that my fellow female artists have experiences of it, and are totally bashed for how they dress, which is inappropriate because, mind you, it's supposed to be our music. The attention is supposed to be on our music more than how we dress, not our music.
So in your case, why do you think the media is paying attention to you? Is it purely about your music, or there are other things, hidden things that a lot of people are not paying attention to?
Oh, I mean, my music is great. I mean, I started doing music a long time, and I've got good music. I release good music. I tell people all the time that I never compromise the kind of music that I do. I mean, sometimes I have music that I've recorded for a year, and I'll release it the following year because I want to make sure everything is properly done. So that's some of the things that I do. But don't get it wrong. I've not been a saint in the industry. There's been times where I've had my backlash as well for things I know or I don't know. Do you understand? But media attention comes to you sometimes very unexpectedly. Do you understand? And somehow people find the things that at home you feel is very infinitesimal. Do you understand? Is what people take and use against you. Do you understand? So, and when I say some of these things, I mean some Ghanaians. So, some Ghanaians, and not all Ghanaians. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, when you asked this question, I was even thinking about the Vatican, and I was thinking about Italy. And I was thinking of the fact that if you check, if you go on YouTube and you look at female artists that live in Italy, live right where the Vatican, around where the Pope, the whole Pope who's supposed to be a saint is, right? They dress anyhow they want to dress, and they still go to the Pope for blessings. And the Pope does not say, go out because of how you are dressed. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, God looks into your heart and nothing else but the heart. Do you understand? So that, so it's something that people all Ghanaians, and I'm going to just keep saying, not every Ghanaian, but some Ghanaians need to stop all this whole righteousness. Do you understand, Andy? It becomes a certain point where the whole righteousness makes you talk about things that sometimes we don't even understand. Do you understand? And they have to accept that they accept other female artists and other female artists around the world and how they dress, but not accepting your own female artists from Ghana is an unnecessary double standard, honestly, for me. Do you understand? It's unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. I think that we should be, considered as artists instead of fashionistas more. Yes, Andy, when that is done, you would understand that our music, because female artists do work hard, 5 times maybe as hard and harder than the male artists work. Do you understand? And if a woman comes out of the studio after sometimes months and months of recording, and you look at her, and the only thing you can remember about on her is her outfit that had a cleavage showing, then you have a big problem. That is why I'm saying that we're so, sexually objectified that becomes a little disrespectful at times.
All right. Well, thank you very much for talking to us, Becca. I wish you the very best. And congratulations. I've not had the chance to do that on your Overcome song. It's empowering a lot of people. I've been to quite a number of places and I've heard people play the song. It's inspiring them. I'll come over to Chorus Power one of these days. I need to relax my body small.
Please, and please do give female artists a lot of rotation. I know you're good at that, so please double it for them, please.
You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Right, so that was Becca. Well, let's talk more with the female musicians. It looks like, yes, they feel sidelined some way, somehow. Sister Fia, whether I style be, but no, whether very clear. Sister Fia, good morning.
Good morning, Andy.
How are you?
I'm good. Okay. Thanks for waking me up, though.
Well, you are fully awake. I know you will kill me.
Yeah, I'm planning to.
Anyway, thank you very much for making time to speak with us.
You're welcome.
So, a lot of female musicians, well, a lot of your colleagues feel like they are not getting enough attention. The media is not giving them enough attention. But I would want to exempt you. I don't know if I am being too. Well, forgive me if I'm speaking I'm speaking on your behalf, but I think your song is almost everywhere. Do you agree that female musicians are not given attention enough?
Well, first of all, I would say that almost all the females are doing really, really well in the industry. But when it comes to the airplay, it's just like a selected few that are getting that, including myself. Let's be honest. And I don't know. I don't know if because of the controversies, that is giving the people the buzz to play our songs more. I don't know, but I think the girls are doing really well, and I think they need to do something little, because this is the only way you can get the attention of the people. Try and get yourself in it. You know, I've been in the industry for 5 years. Normally, I was never doing any controversies, but then controversy started following me since I started doing. Since I did a song with Shatawale. That's when the controversy started. So it's like people really want to see more about me. So it's like every time I release something, they will direct it to the old Stacey. So it's like that. I think they do it to almost all the girls. So to me personally, I was kind of disagreeing with her about females not getting the airtime, but I would understand her because I've been there before. So yes, I think the industry, the media can do more, playing not just our music but all the females, their music. I think AK Song. I've been listening to AK Song straight way back when I was in London. So when I came back, and for me to hear her say that, I was a bit hurt. So that's why I was like, nah. I think the media should at least give all the females the attention they deserve, because they really telling. And you know, be easy. It's not easy for you to be a female in this industry where you record, because let me be honest with you, it's hard for females because, like, say a CEO will buy a car for Shatawale, right? But a Yoruba is a whole different scenario. On fan show easy, right? So it's like it's a whole lot of things that come with you being a female, because Charlie, as my best sexually something, do you see that thing? But that's not how it's supposed to be. I think we are working so hard. Please, I beg anybody who's listening to you right now this morning, the person is in the media, radio, TV, wherever it is, please, really beg. Let's help support the females, because that's who we got. That's all we have right now. Yeah, Ghana for, and if we have to go to, we have to, dominate. It's the people, it's the media that can help. So yeah, to me, I feel like they need to try.
I'm sure there are lots of female musicians out there who are praying to have a quarter of what Sister Efia is enjoying.
Am I really enjoying
with the media? Oh, but Sister Efia, look, you see, I think you are one of the few female musicians in Ghana who must be very grateful to the media.
Yes, 100%.
Good. So if you ask whether you are enjoying, I beg to differ.
No, when I'm talking about something else.
No. I'm talking about airplay. So if you couldn't get what I said, I've defined it clearly. Now, what did you do to gain that kind of attention the media is giving you? No, I'm asking this question because every serious musician would definitely come out with a plan that, henceforth, I'm doing A, B, and I won't do C, I won't do Y, but I have to do Z to complete it. Either you have a team or you are doing this alone, definitely you have a plan. What did you do to get that attention?
What did I do to get this attention? I don't know, but I think, first of all, I think the people I work with and the relationship I have with people in the industry, and also luck. These three things, and God's favor. If 5 years ago or 6 years ago, I was asked this question, I wouldn't even know how to answer, because I would have no clue or any idea towards it. But I feel like it's just these 3 things or 4 things that I mentioned that is working. It's the magic. And to me, the thing is, Charlie, is the music too, Andy. Is the music too. If the music is good and you are being talked about, I think it helps. Trust me, I think it helps. So that's all I can say for now. But people should not be jealous about the airplays that I get. Come on, you can do it. I think AK has been in the industry for long, and I'm sure her management know people in the industry for her to get that massive attention. Maybe something that maybe you're not doing right that might cost that. So I think you can sit down with the team and just discuss it with them and then come out with a good plan.
But
there's no plan when it comes to me, trust me.
Oh, really?
No.
When I first saw you, I thought you were doing too much to gain attention. I saw you performing And I remember whoever I was with, I was telling the person that I think she's a great singer.
Yeah.
She's a good performer too, but it seems she's doing too much to get attention. But the person told me that, and you are a brand person, so when she's done with her performance, mark it on the wall. She'll be the most talked about musician here. After the event, truly after the event, almost everyone was discussing your performance. Although to me, you were doing too much.
Too much, yeah.
Could that be another passage to that spotlight?
You know, when I started, I was very crazy. You know, maybe it could be with that, because people were like, why would you do certain things that people would not even like think of? It was crazy because I wanted to be known. I wanted my voice to be heard. So anyhow, any hole I could go, I would go. That was me. That was the agenda. And if I get a platform, I would do anything to get that attention. That was me starting. I don't need that no more right now, though. But it was just the urge of winning, you know, like that feeling you want to be heard, you know, so you do anything. But I think it helped when it comes to, I think, the airplay and stuff like that. But I'm not sure that's the only reason why people play my song. I think they really play my song because they like the music, you know. So I wouldn't base it on the fact that Sister Ifya is so crazy, you know. No, not that. But right now, I think.
But you were crazy.
I was crazy. I'm not gonna deny the fact. I was, like, when I was starting, you know, when you really want something so bad, even if you have to go through like deep waters to grab it, you will grab it. So that was me. And at that time, I was really, really, really desperate of the attention. Yes, I'll admit to that. And I'm very blunt when it comes to stuff like that. I feel like I needed that. You know, I needed that. And, you know, like, Charlie, I'm sure to the girls, they can do something. Me, per se, I've helped a lot of girls, but I'm not going to say how. But I've helped a lot of girls as much as I can, because if, as you said, I'm getting the airplays, we're getting there, we need to help our sisters who need that, you know. And I know, you know, some people are giving that attention to. I know. Hey, but congratulations, you are doing very well. I mean, your songs are good, I must admit. You remember when you brought your album, I mean, I kept on praising and praising and praising. Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you so much.
You're doing fantastic.
You've been there for me. I love you. I wish I can kiss you right now in the studio.
Thank you. I'm coming home. Don't worry. Eh? I'm coming. All right. Thank you very much for talking to us,
You're welcome,
Sister Ifya. Have a lovely day. All right. Let's now get the first female, female. He said,
I don't blame you. They've given you a kiss over the head. Your brain is all doing you hoo-ha.
I shall say that kiss, you don't reach anywhere so somebody catch him. Don, good morning. How are we?
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, listeners of Hitz.
Someone tweeted something here, and it was so funny that you, Mercury, and who? The person mentioned someone else. Doreen. The person mentioned you, Doreen, and Mercury. That you people sit on air and then something. I'll try and get the message again. It was quite funny anyway. But I'm sure you've been listening. What's your take on all of these accusations leveled on the media?
For me, I think this is about the second time AKA Songstress is saying this. And last year, she said it somewhere last year. And it generated some controversy. Let me get away from this noise. I quite remember clearly that we discussed this on IB's show on Red Carpet. And we were talking about the fact that Charlie, she needs to do some songs that would, I would say, tickle the market. You could hear Sister Ifya saying that Charlie, people jam to her songs. Miss Bell, back in the day, people jam to her songs. When they say people are jamming to her songs. You know, I mean, so for me, even though it's true that women generally don't have representation so far as the arts are concerned, it's a worldwide thing, one, Dusty. I took the pains to go on to billboards.com. They have a research to that effect, that women are not that strong when it comes to music representation. I mean, it's a worldwide thing. So what she's crying about is a genuine concern. But then
I may not entirely agree with you. I don't know if you had to put it right. that when you say they are not strong, well, that'd be some way. I think
it's not strong. Representation not strong.
Representation, right? Thank you.
Representation not strong. And it does this. Representation.
Yeah, okay.
Representation is not strong, but some are doing well. You know, even though their representation is not strong, they are making themselves visible. And these are quite a few you've spoken to this morning. So I believe if you have a very vibrant management, you would be able to overcome some of these things. Because when we were talking about it, I remember Duke, is it AK Songstress manager?
Yes,
he called into the show and was very rude to IB and I. Called us names, yes. Hey. That we are ignorant people sitting on TV, we don't know anything. I don't know what happened to him that day. I don't know, what he was under. And I was surprised. And I was saying that, wow, this is supposed to be an artist manager who's supposed to rather court the media, but he's rather being rude to the media. How do you expect the media to support the artist? I am putting the blame, I hope AK is listening, I'm putting the blame right now at the doorstep of her management. Because they would have to be doing the work. Do you think when the show releases, she does the legwork? No. They think that when the show releases or somebody else's releases and it's all over, probably it is the media that carries it. No, somebody does the legwork. As you were telling her, you need a publicist, somebody who's on the ground, somebody who plug you in the right website, let you have the right interviews, give you that visibility. You don't think it's just through magic that, you have released, you're an artist, so you should fly. If that is the way she's thinking, maybe that's what is happening to her. Because this is the second time she's making this call. And for me, if you are doing something and you are not getting the what do you call it, the results, you have to change the way you do the thing to see whether the results will change. You made this call in March 2019. You are making this call in July 2020. That means you haven't changed the things you are doing, and you still make the call in 2021. So, AK Songstress, I'm advising you, change your modus operandi or operandi. So, have certain things, have a shake-up. Get a deliberate effort to sell yourself. Because the males have already dominated the system already. Their representation is high. So you have to sell yourself. That's why you find the likes of Sister Ify Adams going lengths. You heard what he said, Charlie. You have to do whatever it takes to get noticed. And there's one thing too. Men, I would say not men, managers who have their artists tied to their apron strings often also don't have the artists doing well. Oh, it's true. That one there's a fact. Managers, you don't want artist free. You don't want to let her go every time you are with her. This, that. If some DJ call and say, "Oh no, don't go to this interview." No, this. Sometimes
you need to get a number to call her. Sebi wahala.
Wahala. You want to ask her something? No, talk to me. Then you make the artist unattractive to the media because it looks like you want to take the attention, not the artist. That's how it looks like, even though you are supposed to be doing your job. So there has to be a fine balance between how managers manage interaction with the media and that of the artist. At least give the artist to some small, mileage with the media. Let her have some level of interaction. Not too much though, but some level. So that at least people can identify with her and want to play her songs because, I had a chat with AK Songstress yesterday. Let me play her song today. Wow. That is not a manager's effort. That is personal relationship. So AK has a lot to learn. She's stuck in the old ways, probably. That's why. I'm using her as a case study because she's the one who actually raised the issue.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not like I'm zooming in on her or I dislike her or anything of the sort. No. Others are doing well. Adina, she's also tied to the apron strings of her manager, but her manager makes sure that the work is done.
Okay.
You get me. So I'll still say she needs management shake-up. I hope Duke doesn't come back at me this time.
I'm sure
that day,
it
was bad. It was on TV, and he called in the show.
Wow.
And he asked IB. He made us look as if we were just dummies sitting on camera. You get me? So I had to also be tough there. Something I don't normally do. Yes, that would also be tough. Yeah. So that's AK's peculiar case.
Right.
But generally, I would say some of them are trying to put their heads high and they are standing out. So we can't say that we can't generalize it and say that the media is biased towards ladies. No, that would be a wrong assumption to make.
Okay. Well, Don, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Andy.
Right. Mr. Logic.
Andy, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great.
Yes, today you are great. I can see. I can feel it. Today I've cleared all the makeups. Today.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, man.
You know the tradition.
Yeah, I know. All right, so you've been listening. What's your opinion on what AK Songstress is saying?
Well, first of all, let me say good morning to everybody listening. I have personally worked with AK before, so listening to her talk, I was kind of, what she's going through before she said that, or what she has been going through. And I also listened to Miss Bell. You heard Miss Bell was a bit, she sounded a bit challenging to what AK said in the beginning, and then she switched back to agree with her. I'm sure if AK had strongly disagreed with Miss Bell would have kept on her tangent about some of the things she said. But once people disagree to agree, it ends the argument ends there. Then Becca also said, yes, we need to do more for the women. And I think this is about the second or the third time the women are complaining. But there is something we need to understand about gender, industry, and people. We need to, the artist management, I think there are so many areas that we need to understand. I feel a female artist sells more than a male artist. The things that male artists go through, Andy, the females have no idea what the boys go through to get to where they are. They think when they say it's male dominated, I don't understand it, because look, there is nothing to sell more better than a woman. If you like, only your buyer, your girlfriend, your wife, you are working with your wife, somebody is still calling your wife. That's to tell you how unlucrative you are as a man. Because you are with your wife and somebody is calling your wife. That's how potential women are. So as a woman, anything you are doing, the moment you are able to identify your track, your path, your objectives, and you keep to it, you are good. Now, you mentioned Adina, how she don't show body and all that. Adina, that's how she came out. That's how we perceived her from the beginning, and she kept to it. She kept to her genre. She kept to it until we accepted her. I mean, I can boldly say that the first time I heard Adina's song, I didn't really like her. I didn't like her style of singing. I didn't really like the whole craft. But then I heard a second one with Trigmatic. Yes, hey, the same Adina again. I heard a third one, 4, 5, 6. After the fourth release, I automatically became a fan. Sister Fia, the same thing when she started. People were bashing her. At that time, you had Kaki and Miss V, Becca, all these brands were active. Sister Fia entered from the UK. People were bashing her. Bisake, their girlfriend. Bisake, their this. She kept their game. She never changed. She kept to it consistently with what she was doing as her life, Afrobeat, her life. And then gradually, people got fed up with what they were stuck with. And then they had to give Sister Fia an attention. And you understand? It's a journey.
Yep.
Yes. Then you have Miss V. At that time when Miss V was out there, Kaki was active, very active. It was hard for most female artists to even get through, because Kaki had dominated with her voice and her dancehall trend. She took over. I mean, Kaki took over the men. I can boldly say that at that time, aside Samini, Kaki was the biggest act in Ghana at that time. And you tell me if I'm lying.
Until Shatta came in and
yes. Until Shatta came in. That's why I said aside Samini at that time, Kaki was the biggest female, and she was on top of the guys. Every male artist wants a collab with Kaki. Miss V equally was able to enter, gave Kaki a chase when she came with Boko Boko. Then she gradually entered. You have to prove yourself over a time. I'm giving you all these chronicles because I want you to understand that the space is too big for the girls. They keep complaining. They are complaining too much. Look, the world itself is dominated by men. God made a woman for a man. So as a woman, when you are thriving, you will surely face these challenges. You have to be strong. Now, let's let's bring Ebony to the picture. Before Ebony came in, Miss D was the biggest act. Becca has always been the top lady. As for that one day, you can't take it from her. Because even Becca, when she started, from the TV3 mentor, people were saying she's not a good artist, she don't have talent. Look, not to mention all the controversies they attached to Becca's brand. She kept to her brand, she pushed. Gradually, now Becca is a goddess. You can't take it from her. And what they are there.
Mm-hmm.
Now you come to Ebony. When Ebony came, she said, look, some of us, we even said some. The girl kept to her heels with her management, bullets. They kept to it. They pushed. People had no choice than to forget about what they were stuck to and climb on to Ebony. Then unfortunately, what happened. You understand? I countless. I can bring up so many names. AK cited social media not being there at that time, made it so easier for most female artists to break through. I think even in the presence of social media, it's even more an advantage to break. Because now, if the media don't play your song, all you need is to be able to plan. Everything is planned. I can sit here and confidently say that anything anybody sees in the media, except playlists that are mostly controlled by certain DJs who play what they want, everything in the media is planned. The media do production. Andy, am I lying?
Mm-hmm.
They plan. So for me, I'll tell AK that, look, my problem is I, first of all, knew AK as a dancehall artist. When I stepped into her career as a dancehall artist, my agenda was that let's keep to this dancehall trend. Keep to it. Don't give up. Because so far, you are the only one doing it. Kaki was, at that time when AK came, Kaki was there. Miss D was there. She had top challenge with Kaki and Miss D to beat down. And I said, look, it is a journey. Forget about who is there. Keep on to your toes. Keep pushing on the same agenda you have. Forget about who cannot sing your dancehall song. When the time comes, they will sing. When the time came, is Ghana not singing Satawale song? No matter how tough it is, they are singing. Forget about all the pickies and all the stuff she put into the song. The moment you're able to grab the attention of the people with your genre, whatever you do, they will take on to it. Before Stoneboy got in, Shatta was there, Samini was there. Before Babylon Fire came, we had Shatta and Stoneboy to contend with. Do you know what we did for Mampi to get through? Someone would thought that, look, with Samini and Shatta and Stoneboy, nobody can enter. I say, yes, of course, it's impossible. It looks impossible, but let me tell you, music is spiritual. Once the sound in the ear sync to the psyche of the people, they forget about what they have at hand. They will come tapping. Whilst they still keep on to what they have. Then they will join you to the train. Mampi, from nowhere Mampi came. Did anybody ask how come that Mampi song was created? What was the agenda behind that song? And Babylon Fire entered. So then at that time, when you are counting top dancehall artists on the male side, you cannot take Babylon Fire out. And you understand me? So there is a plan, there's a psychological plan to the music business. Scientific, let me put it that way, scientific plan. You cannot just do songs and throw them out there and think that people will just gravitate. So all this attention that the females are asking for, yes, it's legitimate, but I'm telling them that if the females think that the media is not talking or saying much about them, then they themselves need to check themselves. Because look, the media is not interested in anything than a female. I'm telling you, because if it's male dominated, then of course our most possible or most interested product or gender should be the females. So why are they complaining? What kind of support again do they want? Should we give them all the airtime on radio from morning to Friday? No. They have to believe in themselves. They have to believe in themselves. They are so lucrative. If they keep, you just have to have an agenda. For me, I believe that if you are R&B artist, even though you want to try hip hop, you want to try high life, you want to try all these things, brand positioning, Andy. Brand positioning. Milk, Milo. Ideal Milk has always been Ideal Milk. No matter how many times they change their label, it is still Ideal Milk with the same content. You understand? Keep to your toes. Don't change.
All right.
Hello, Andy, let me land. Hello, we have been complaining. Recently, Eno has been one of the most talked about female rapper in Ghana. As a matter of fact, in the world, anywhere Ghanaians are concerned. You get me? So me, I would say that AK's complaint, yes, might be legitimate, but I'm telling her that you don't need the media to come to your door asking for what you've got. because the media is an institution, is a company, they are working. They might not put you in their production because they would think that we don't want a story for making. But if you keep bringing up new things and you keep confusing the media, I tell you what, their interest will straight. Because in Ghana now, before when you say dancehall on the female side, I bet you AK's name will come first. Andy, you agree with me?
For now, yes.
In this time, yes. Mm-hmm. When you say dancehall, her name will come first. But now, if we should go looking into her repertoire now, you will ask when was the last time she released a dancehall song that we've known her for. The latest song you played is the one with Efia. I would have expected that when she got the chance to do a song with Efia, she should have kept to her dancehall trend.
So that Efia could sing.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So that Efia will sing. So that we'll have a balance. So, okay, that's okay. Whether you like it or not, learn her verses. Learn it. People have learned Shafta's verses. They've learned Stoneboy. Even Putu, we are singing Putu today. We are singing Putu today, and it's number one.
Well,
she shouldn't.
Well, Mr. Logic, well, thank you very much. Well, you've spoken very, very well. I'm so grateful for your time. But this is what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, I want us to continue with the conversation. It's been you've had a very interesting conversation. Tomorrow, let's speak with more female musicians. Let's see if we can get rappers. Let's speak with gospel musicians. I mean, Sisi Chum, Joyce Blessing, Selena Boateng. I mean, rappers, Frida Rhymes, Eno Barani, female musicians, Nana Blue, Efe Keys, Feli Nuna, OV. I mean, let's expand it. Let's speak with the managers as well. If they are suffering the same, if they feel that their artists are not enjoying much more airplay. Well, Mr. Logic, thank you very much for your attention this morning. I'm so grateful. All right, folks, let me read a few of your comments and then we will have a U-turn and discuss something else. And that's music of Tisha, new signee of Xylophone Records. Now, another issue day. Sydney Ball. She make Arnold come apologize. Kwakuano say, you see, Logic is also doing the do you understand thing, it be sickness or what? Eagle Eye 7 says, Sandy Dosty, I will agree with Mr. Logic on this. Kaki was the biggest dancer liked in her prime. I heard Kaki's music in Abidjan and I thought she was a Jamaican until I came to Ghana. She was the very first dancehall act that revolutionized the industry before the whales took over. All right, I'll be reading much more on the comments. But not long ago, we spoke with Arnold and gospel musician Ampon. Now, when we were having the conversation, we realized that Ampon wasn't too satisfied or not too comfortable with Ampon was not too comfortable with Arnold's submission or words, as he termed a bit distasteful for Arnold to term their visit as senseless when they paid a courtesy call on Obo to congratulate him. Arnold felt like, he's lost already. It was needless for them to visit. On that day, we tried reaching out to Sydney. He claimed he wasn't feeling well. Now, in the news, Sydney demands an apology from Arnold Asamoah Bedu over Obo's claims. Burma Sydney has told entertainment pundit and writer Arnold Asamoah Bedu to apologize for condemning him and some group of musicians who visited Obo after losing their Asante Achim South MP primaries. Let's speak with Sydney. Sydney, good morning.
Good morning, Andy, my brother, and I'm very honored to be on your program today.
That's right. I hope you are feeling well today.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, thank God. It's not nice to get sick, especially in these times. So, you claim Arnold needs to retract and apologize. His statement to you.
Well, first of all, let me say good morning to your cherished listeners. And yes, it's true. I had an interview yesterday, a phone interview with Christian yesterday on Onia FM, and he asked me now that Arnold is saying blah blah blah, but also what next for us? And I said, I think Arnold is one guy we really respect. I mean, I've been one of the guys who've been reading his articles, everywhere I see them. Yeah, I mean, and what I was saying was, if Arnold had been briefed on the reasons why you went to visit Obo, probably he wouldn't have, said the things he said on that program. So, and I think since he, from the day he uttered those words till now, I know he's been briefed. Now he knows what exactly, the reasons why we were there. So I think
it would be just fair for him to retract some of the things he said. They were a bit too harsh, and if possible, apologize. But then, of course, you can't force somebody, to apologize. So the headline once again is very screaming, like Sydney demands an apology. I mean, you can't force somebody to apologize if he or she is not ready to. But I said, looking at the facts available to him now, if I were him, I'll do the honorable thing by, retracting some of the things, he said.
So what exactly do you want him to apologize for?
No, first of all, Andy, if you are saying, sir, visiting a colleague, none other person like a former, musical president, visiting him, one, to, commiserate with him, over the loss of his dad, and two, to say Ayiko Obo, for a well, fight. I mean, what he did was, very commendable. I mean, contesting an incumbent isn't easy. And looking at the votes he pulled out, were like Charlie Ayiko. And third, lastly, we said, Obo, we wish you well and we're here for you. Anytime, any day you need us, we're there for you. So call on us anytime. These are the three reasons why we visited him. You understand? So based on this, and if somebody can come out and say it was a useless way, fine. I mean, it's up to the public to judge.
Well, Arnold's claim was that when Obo was on the ground and at the time he needed you most, you were not there for him. Why did you wait till the loss before going there to congratulate him and that you'll be there for him and wasn't there when he needed you? I mean, that was the reason he termed your visit as senseless.
Okay, and this is the information that, probably he's not privy to. I mean, one, before Obo started this whole journey, according to Obo, he told me he was consulting or conferring with about 10 people, to seek their permission and their support for this particular, for the, contest he was, entering. I was one of them. He came to see me at my house, and after every, the discussion, I said, fine, I'm with you, bro, go. I mean, so we were the first, myself, Wendy Shea, Bullet, Tic Tac, we were the first to launch, we went to Dampong to launch Obo's campaign. We did a whole cleanup exercise during the day from village to village, picking up rubbish and with brass band and, all that. Then in the evening, there was a big carnival, to launch this, campaign. After that, Obo told us anytime he needed us, he would call on us. Yeah, I mean, and, when in the normal times with this lockdown and all that. And we waited for a call, and, his call, he couldn't. So we heard he lost his dad. So if he doesn't know all this, then he can't say that some of us didn't support him and we waited till he lost. I was there. From day one, I was there. The only time I couldn't go was the election day, because that one I saw was between him and his delegate. But we were there. I was there.
All right, Sydney, please hold on for me. Let's invite Arnold in the conversation. Mr. Samabedi, good morning.
Brandy, morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you too?
Very well, thank you. You've been hearing Sydney. He claims your words were harsh. The other time I spoke with you and Ampong, you stood by your words and said you wouldn't retract them because it was your opinion.
Yeah.
Listening to Sydney and openly telling us that he had been there from day one, would you retract it now?
Definitely not. I mean, you see, when we spoke, I mean, the last time Ampong and I had a banter on your show, I did state that I do not have a problem with these guys. I mean, these guys have attained legendary status. And so my issue has nothing or little to do with the personalities. I'm not questioning the personalities. My qualm is with the action, the visitation. And so I also do not want to sound, for not wanting to sound rude, I sincerely do not see the need for me to retract and apologize. Seriously. You understand? So, just like the conversation that transpired between myself and Ampong on your show, I still maintain the stance that based on the commentary that I passed on PCFM, which were backed with observation and critical analysis, I do not see why I should apologize or retract. Andy, on PCFM, and again on your show, I made very cogent analysis that the expression that I made was my own opinion, and it was based on two critical elements. I did state that I saw no need for that visitation because Obo, in months leading to the election, had two critical moments in his life. First, the time that his dad had a COVID-related issue, and two, when he had
alleged.
And then when he had fellow musicians actually come out openly to reject his bid to actually contest. These are the stuff I said on PCF, that my analysis or my comments were based on these critical moments, because I believed or had the strongest conviction that these critical moments shaped his destiny as to whether he was winning or he was losing. And you and I knew, and a lot of people who actually monitored, knew the kind of criticism, the kind of subjection that his integrity and reputation was placed under, especially for the first episode in regards to his dad case. That could have shaped how the elections went. Again, it was played in the public gallery. Where was Sydney and the other guys? Where did they show their support? Did they show their public sympathy?
Well, he just made it clear that he had been there.
No. He said he was consulted. I didn't talk about consultation. I'm talking about when again we are doing normal way. Again, the second critical moment was when the likes of D Black, A Plus, Chris Wado openly came and chastised Obo and shut down his bid. Well, what did Sydney do? So my commentary was based on this critical element, the fact that during these two crucial moments, these guys were nowhere to be found. And you see, when we are talking about political campaign, electioneering process, it's all about convincing the populace. And so when a certain group of people have convinced the populace that this guy is not fit to actually lead, to actually even go to parliament, you expect these friends who actually went out there to say, okay, we are going to congratulate you for a gallant fight. You expected them to actually show up during these two critical moments. And these are my claims. And so I do not see why, the likes of Sydney and Ampon, we say, I should apologize for what, man?
Sydney.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you've listened to Arnold, and he's brought his claims to bear. Do you still demand an apology?
No, like I said, you can't demand an apology from somebody who's not. I was just saying that, first of all, I think most of his words were very harsh. And to me, a journalist of his caliber, those words were too harsh. You can't say it's a friend visiting friend automatically becomes a senseless, venture and all that. Listen, one, he said some two critical things. One, he lost his dad, and two, during the campaign. When Obo lost his dad, we all wanted to go and see Obo. But then look at the situation we were in. So Obo himself called and was like, Charlie said, you guys know be about, you guys can do videos. Now we'll post on my timeline. And we are doing virtual 1 week celebration. I said, okay, you guys can confirm on my Facebook or and confirm on my Instagram. Well, whether I didn't do that, from that video, I did that one. And two, the time of the election, I was there. That's what I'm trying to let Arnold know. Arnold, I was there from day one. Ask Obo, I know you've spoken to Obo. I know. And he told you. I've been there from beginning. So what else? So it's not by force. You can't force somebody to apologize. It's just fair. But
almost the parties involved claim your words were harsh. Don't you feel that truly your words were harsh?
Andy,
although it's your opinion, just as you claim.
Andy,
yes.
I
think they've been greatly affected by the senseless word.
No, but it happened. You and I have been in. You have been in this business for a longer time than I have been. Usually, when issues like this come up, and there's a public backlash, you feel some kind of way, right? And so you would have to act. And for me, that's what I'm thinking they are doing, because of the backlash that they've received over this issue. That's why they are. How are my words harsh? I am saying that the visitation did not and still does not make sense to me. For me, I don't think it's even an insult. In my own analysis, in my mindset, because if I say something that doesn't make sense to me, how is it injurious to you?
Okay. Now I want to get a bit controversial.
Yes, sir.
Arnold.
Yes, sir.
Before Obo's campaign,
yes, sir,
or before his interest to become an MP for the area.
Yeah.
How often was Obo visiting the place?
Visiting where?
Where he wanted to be, Asante Achim South. How often was he visiting Asante Achim South?
I mean, seriously, forgive me, but I do not see the correlation of this question to what is being discussed.
That's why I said I want to be controversial, because if listen, then someone somewhere or someone living there may think, or a delegate who had been there, and Obo expecting him to vote for him or to give him his vote, may think that, look, all this while you've not been coming here, why are you now coming? Then I find your bit to be senseless. Don't you think that's the same thing someone may also think? And that contributed immensely to his fall?
Now you are being hypothetical. And that's why I'm struggling to actually find a connection between what you are trying to put out and what
because you term their visit senseless, thinking that they could have supported him when he needed them more, right?
Yes, and how
and I am saying that could that not be some of the delegates complain that when we needed you to help clean the place, you were not there, but you claimed cleaning and campaigning.
Andy, you are doing hypothesis, and that is why I do not want to go. My analysis.
Why don't you want to go there?
No, because my analysis.
Because when you were doing that,
Andy, listen. I did not make a hypothesis. I did not make a loose comment. I passed a comment and backed it up with an observation.
Well, but they think your comment is loose.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, it's them. You see, because Andy, listen, you need to establish the fact that I have expressed my opinion, stating that the visitation didn't make sense to me. So he can also claim that my commentary is loose. That's him. That's his prerogative. You understand? We need to have that understanding. You, as a host, can also have your own opinion. I am saying, and without regret or remorse, saying that visitation does not make sense to me, and I backed it up with quality analysis. And so I do not want to do hypothesis.
Well, they've challenged. They've challenged your.
No, they have not.
They have. Sydney is here challenging. Hold on.
You're not listening to me.
Arnold, please. What I'm saying is that Sydney is challenging what you're saying because he feels that he was there. Probably you don't know.
No.
That's exactly what he's saying. Or Sydney, is that not what?
Andy, what I'm saying is I'm not denying that I was there. That's the first question. I'm not denying that I was in Dampon to launch Obo's campaign for him and also was there to do the cleanup exercise. Let Arnold deny this. Is he denying that I was there?
Arnold, kindly answer Sydney.
See, my commentary was not based on whether you were there or you were not there. Whether you were just so. You see, when we spoke to Ampon the last time that we had the banter, Ampon said he was at the constituency 2 days or a day to the election. What did I say? I said, listen, the job has virtually been done. Because if you follow critically how electioneering process goes, the delegate's mind has already been made that day or 2 days that is left. He's only consolidating his pockets or whatever gains that he's got. That was my rebuttal. You see, what I said was election. There were two critical moments in his life that he needed public support. The likes of Sydney in these two instances did not show support. That's what I'm saying. So if he showed support, if he publicly defended Obo during the time that his dad had an issue, allegedly, let him show it. If he showed support, he publicly came to actually challenge the likes of A+, D Black, and Kiswado when we were publicly rejecting his bid, let him show it. These are my claims. And he has not been able to tell us that during this period, he publicly came out to defend Obo. Listen, I've worked with this guy. He has integrity. He has a good reputation. He has not. The second episode, when the likes of A+ and Co were bashing Obo, he did come out publicly and say, listen, I know this guy. I've worked with him. I can defend his reputation. He did not. So, what are you saying? Seriously.
Andy.
Yes, Sydney.
Whether you were there, my point is not whether you were there or they came to consult you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying during these two critical episodes in his life, where he needed that public endorsement, which did not show up. That's my claim.
The question is, where the two critical occasions means what? Which
I've said this.
No, he's been. I think Arnold has said this over and over and over.
Yes. Okay. So then let's leave it there. First of all, let me say this. Let me put this across. Maybe probably Arnold would have preferred me attacking A+ back and whoever.
He said he didn't say attack. He said he needed you to defend.
Listen,
or publicly endorse him.
Listen. I mean, let's confess this. I mean, I'm not a social media type. I hardly, read some of these things, and I hardly go online for, and people who are closer to me know this. I got to know this later. I didn't even know Chris Waddell or blah, blah, blah. I didn't know. But the question is, me defending Obo and sitting on the fence and me going on the grounds to help Obo, Which one will you prefer?
I prefer the
sitting
one
on the internet, going online, defending blah 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 blah. That I do that sit in my house and just sleep.
Did you do?
Or going on the grounds to campaign with Obo, do the exercise with him. You know, which of them? I'll leave this to the general public to judge. I mean, I know there's no way I know this going to say this. I know this is a squad. I know, but I'm not saying we're on theater. But I mean, let the listeners judge this whole thing. First of all, I just want to make it clear. I was there right from day one. I went to Dampon. I went to all the villages to campaign with him. I did all the cleanup exercises with him. I wasn't there on the day of voting. That one, yes, I couldn't make it. 2, when the dad died, he asked us to do some videos and post it on our timeline. I mean, that's all he needed from us because we couldn't go to his house, looking at the situation we were in. So I did mine. I posted my video on my timeline on Instagram. It is there now. So with these 2 points,
if you posted your video on your, if you posted a video on your timeline, then you are also quite active on social media. Then you could have seen what Chris Wado, D Black, and A Plus were saying about him.
And so you could have you posting something and you going through, going to Facebook to scroll and see stories and all that. And down there, just bear with me, man. There's a difference between doing a video and just putting it on your timeline. Then you virtually like sitting down and going through it. I mean, I know with A Plus, I know he had attacked him. The rest I didn't know. I mean. But that one, like I said, I didn't want to, the best thing was go to the grounds and do the work. Okay. And that's what I did.
All right. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. So, Arnold, you still stand by your words? And
Andy, see, I'm not too pompous to actually apologize when I genuinely wrong. I mean, in this business, we do go off a little sometimes. And when you do, you genuinely have to apologize. In this instance, I do not have wronged anybody. And so I do not see the need, with all respect to you and all the guys, I do not need to apologize.
All right. Well, Arnold, thank you very much for your time. So the interview Sydney had was with Christian Ejefrim, host of Anijimre on Onia FM yesterday. He spoke with Sydney yesterday. And okay, let me read some comments that have come up before we wrap up. Out of here. Uncle Ken says, well, top of the morning to you, Andy. I must confess, Sister Fia is an artist whose music I'm not familiar with, but listening to the interview you just had with her has made me eager to search for her and check out her product. Her demeanor and diction has endeared me to her. The power of radio. Cheers. Cheers to you too, Uncle Ken. We love you, Uncle Ken, and we're hoping that you pay us a visit. From Monday, our doors will be widely open. If you can come around and visit us, we'll be so grateful. Your contributions are so much on point every time I hear you. Kwaku 101 says, Andy, I hate it when some of the female musicians talk like this. Do we Adina or Efia say such things? No, because they put in lots of work in their craft in all aspects. AK must work harder. Nobody owes her any support. Oh, that's Kweku 101. Mr. Vibe says, good morning, Mr. Andy. I think AK has a point. She defended her opinion well. I think she has enough messages and different styles, but the female colleagues all doing one-way style, all they know is talk about men and how to get sex. Dada Adeche says, I agree with AK Song says, the most bloggers are Afro Boshe. Scanty Kweku says, yes, she's right. Andy, my question to them is, what are they doing to bring the media attention on them? So they should come and have a conference meeting, discuss that. What are we not doing? What are we not doing right? And what must we do? And it's good she brought this up. Oji Wangana says, Andy, please let AK Songstress know that we Ghanaians as a people find it very difficult to help or promote artists. I gave my work to one media person and ended up comparing me to Kwame Eugene while he knows I can't pay the money he wants to promote. Why so? Vice President says, I think AK Songstress ain't putting in much effort and she lacks consistency. M. Danful says, Brandy, I agree with her. Even your station is guilty over her plight. Your playlist is skewed. Dawn and Mercury's program is skewed. I believe it's about paying your way up. And the Dusty Bar says, oh, Busy Brain Hypes. Thank you very much. I just saw your DP. It says, Andy, I agree with AK Songstress, but I advise her not to sit down and expect bloggers to pick videos from her page and post. She can also send her stuff to at least a top blogger who also has the following to see that will be said about her. Bless _ Kaba says, good morning, Brandy. I'm trying not to agree with AK. I think the problem is their management team and they themselves, they relax a lot. After all, there are a lot of big female musicians getting attention in the industry. Okay. Otubuayin says, Andy, what AK is saying is true because your own pundits on your show, when a female releases a song, all what they say is nice song. But when a male releases a new song, come see grammar and appreciate like EPL commentators. Gerard Israel says, Andy, AK's songstress statement is quite unfortunate. Most of these artists don't see the need of investing into their PR or marketing team. They feel they are mandated to an automatic support from the media. They are not hungry. Well. Oji Wangana says, Andy, please tell Miss Bell to keep mute. She had the support from Under Fire. At their time, there were only few female musicians and also a few media houses, so it's easy for her to blow. Why? May she mute cry. Miss V says, why is Miss Bell contradicting herself? If she looked up to them, Jennifer Lopez and co, then it means her style was planned. Unless, of course, that's the life she was living off the cameras. Olasti 2 says, AK's definition to reggae dancehall is the feminist type to the genre. Andy, Afro reggae dancehall and pa. Very soon we'll also get Afro hip life. Vico Corda says, Andy, we play AK Songstress here at KT2 Radio. And other radio stations in Koforidua. It's unfortunate the media is always blamed if an artist is not getting the mileage. Kida V says, every day support the female artists. Support the female artists. What do they have on board? The industry is big to contain the whole Ghana artist. If you play your cards well, once it's industry, you have to be certified before you join. Miss V comes back to say,